Hey, alright, finally got my camera working. Today is July 8th, 2023. Today's subject, another one, economic, that I wanted to talk about that is not talked about in any channel that I watch. So here it is. Let's go back to what caused the farm crisis of the 1980s. From my understanding, it was during the 1970s. Land prices were inflating, and farmers were being told, hey, buy land, it's only going up. And I might be wrong about this, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is my understanding. So prices are going up, and everyone's getting in, everyone's taking out loans to get land. Well, what happens in the early 80s? A deep recession. And guess what happens to land prices? Land prices fall 60% or better, or a little less, but right around there, right around 60%. So guess what? A lot of smaller farmers, they lost. They had to sell their farms, and I an old friend of mine, his dad's a farmer, and he was an activist at that time, activist farmer, and he recalled stories of him going out to farms, and there was farmers, getting ready to hang themselves in their barns and such for losing farms. And that once again comes back to what I've said for a long time. How have subsidies helped anybody? How has it helped? It didn't stop the 1980s farm crisis. So that's just one example. That's the farm example. Let's do some other examples. This all seems to correlate to about 1971 when we go off the gold standard. Now, before I go any further, I am going to make the disclaimer. I am not an economic advisor. I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do with your money. I'm not an accountant. So there's my statement. I'm not an economic advisor. Don't do what I say and come back and try to sue me and say, I did what he told me to. No, I'm not an economic advisor. This is just my observation. So anyways, let's move on from there. So we go back to going off the gold standard, and what I see throughout the 1970s, obviously there was hyperinflation, and that type of thing happened with the farmland. But what also happened was bullshit collectibles started flooding the market. And what that means is we started seeing the printed plates come out and buy limited edition. They were hand numbered, and then we see limited edition comic books. So this is kind of the dawn of the collector's edition, limited edition. You've seen it on records and everything then. And people bought into it. And I still have some old price sheets for these plates. Oh, buy today, it'll be up. It's already went up this much. In the last 2 years, it'll be this much in 10 years. Well, guess what? We move, so that kind of wanes, and people hold on to it thinking it'll go up in value. By the 1990s, I think, early 2000s, they realize, yeah, this stuff is worthless. So now we get to the 1980s. Well, what do we have? What we call for trading cards, it's called the junk wax era, which starts about 1987, declared to about 1994. I would say it actually started earlier. I would say like 1984, but officially like 87. Anyways, during this era, they really pushed card collecting big time, and there was no limit. They didn't limit the printing of it either. There was no inserts yet. There was no autographs. It was just sets and subsets and stuff like that for anybody that knows anything about trading cards. Well, anyways, to this day, you can still find sealed packs, boxes, crates, because they just printed so many. And once again, people held on to it thinking it was going to go up in value. It hasn't. So there's that. And then we get to the 90s. What is some of the 90s collectibles that fizzled out? Let's see. Holiday Barbies. They're not worth crap because everyone bought them, kept them in the packages. Then we get to Beanie Babies. That was the next big thing. And that's another thing that I have some of the old price guides for, where they'll say, the book was from 1998, and they had 10-year estimates. In 2008, some of these were supposed to be worth thousands of dollars. Well, they're not. They're $2-3 at a thrift store. They're not worth crap. So there again, that was another thing people lost their asses on because, oh, invest, invest, invest. And let's see, yeah, precious moments. That was another one. So we go era after era where just these horrible investments are pushed on people and people keep buying into it. Now, when you have a buy sell trade store like I do, guess what? People think they can fool me, and they come in and they're like, "Oh, you'll be sorry you didn't buy this." And it's like, really? No, I think you're the sorry one that bought it. And it's like they're these people. It drives me nuts because they expect people like me to cover their damn losses. Like it's like I made a bad investment, so you better cover my ass. It's like, no, it doesn't work like that. It's like investing. You win and you lose. You know? Stop buying into bullshit. Now is the time. Now you should eat the loss because you were dumb enough to buy into it. Tough shit. Anyways, enough about that. But it does piss me off when people try to swindle somebody else into taking up their loss, right? It's pretty maddening. Anyways, what I wanted to move on to was nowadays, that's small stuff. That's small stuff that didn't necessarily bankrupt people. Some people, maybe they went way overboard and it did, but now we have people losing real money where they're investing large amounts. And what I'm talking about is now we're not just pushing bullshit products, collectibles. Now it's bullshit currency. Like I would say the crypto shit after the FTX collapse. Look at how that was propped up. Let's go back a few, 2, 3 years ago? I mean, my God, they had major advertisements during the Super Bowl with major celebrities like Tom Brady and was one of them Matt Damon maybe. Anyways, yeah, you have these people pushing this shit. Oh, what was it? The Roman saying or Greek saying was the future benefits the bold or some damn thing like that. And it's like, oh, where are they now? How come these fuckers ain't coming out now apologizing for like, sorry, all you people that invested and lost your asses. Yeah, I guess we were wrong about that. No, they're just like, oh, I was a paid actor. I was just paid to say that. That's so they got a nice scapegoat. They don't have to answer for how they misled people. You know, they don't have to answer for it. So yeah. Let's see with the Elizabeth Holmes thing, where you're able to literally bullshit a product so well that what did she ended up on like the cover of like Forbes and Time magazine, like, oh, revolutionary invention, and it's like it was a fucking bullshit invention. She never showed how it worked because, oh, proprietary or whatever. Well, now we found out that there again, it was just a big fucking scam. So what do we have nowadays? We don't just have like small scamming, convincing people, charlatans convincing people to buy into bullshit collectibles. Now we have people getting swindled by buying into bullshit currencies and companies. And once again, yeah, people just haven't learned. It's like, can anyone stop and step back and look and say, yeah, this is bullshit. This is snake oil, you know? And that's what I'm saying. That's what people have to do is wake up. Stop buying into the bullshit. So, but that's all I got for today. Have a good one. Bye.